our life as it is.
Yeah. I mean, if we wanted to take off to Paris tomorrow, we could.
If we're gonna do it, we should plan it at least a month in advance.
A month is still in the realm of spontaneity.
Beautiful class.
Oh, thanks.
I really loved your film, Power Elite.
You've seen it.
That scene with the dogs around the garbage. How did you stage that?
Those dogs were just there, and I said, hey, shoot those dogs.
Welcome to What's Playing on Netflix. I was about to say my name, and so to speak, but I don't think that's important right now. I don't know what this is about. So what's playing on Netflix? While We're Young. I was searching through my recommended list, and this kind of came up out of nowhere. I saw Ben Stiller was in it, so I said, what the heck? But this is basically the basic rundown of it. It's a pretty simple narrative. And you might not want to check this out once I tell you the narrative or the plot points of it, but I think you should because of the reasons why I'm going to tell you eventually in this review. Ben Stiller's character is a documentarian. He's been working on one project for 10 years, I think it was. And really hasn't found a profit or any ground. He's in the midst of his midlife crisis. Opposite his wife, played by Naomi Watts. I hope I said that right. Never do. But this is more specifically about him and her stepping back and looking at life through the lens of a younger, quote-unquote, more ambitious couple. Played by Adam Driver, who is also a documentarian, but in a different way, you'll see. Who gives off some major Jay Gatsby vibes, which might not be so far from his core character, as you'll find. And he's opposite the lovely Amanda Seyfried, which I haven't seen in a while, so I figured, what the heck. And really, that's all you need to know about the plot, really. It's pretty obvious what they're going to do, so I think that's really generically how awesome the film was, where you kind of expected where it was going to head, but they did it in such a creative way, from the direction to the sound, to the use of colors that really symbolize the different lifestyles and personalities of each individual character, and to the fluid script that kind of went hand in hand with the pretty awesome camera movement. It's really inventive all around. Some camera shots are like, it just keeps you intrigued. But yeah, you might seem against watching another Ben Stiller film, which he's wandering around trying to find his meaning in life, but this is one of the best if you're looking through it that lens. It's one of the better films of that genre, I guess you would say. But the Noah Baumbach is the director and writer of this film, and I guess if you could wrap it up in a two-word phrase, I'd say holy cow. He made the whole film feel like lifelike, which I kind of explained earlier, but he kind of just took you by the hand and walked you through the whole film, and which is weird. You would expect at a certain point, because of the kind of the predictable, at least in foresight, the predictable nature of the narrative, you would expect it to run dry at a certain point. But it doesn't, and even after that, it does seem a bit like a long extended Portlandia episode, if you guys have seen that series. But they do it in its own way, and it's not all skits, because at a certain point it does seem like it's just going to be like a montage film, and it's going to be cheesy, and it's going to be one of those movies where it's wild, but it's not. Yeah, so I mean the cast is just phenomenal. Um, Great performances all around. Um, Adam Driver is impressive as he always is, and there's just so much character development that ties everything together pretty nicely. Um, so yeah, the big points I'd like to point out was just how how awesome it is to like they avoided the tropes and the easy stuff, and they just went with creativity, no cheesy dialogue, no tropes. Um, and I don't know if this is more indicative of my gullibility or just smart writing, but uh, I didn't see the twist coming at the end, which is weird. I guess I was just so hooked in it. Take that as you will, or how my life is going. Um, but it's got such a satisfying end to it as well. It's hysterical and it's true. It's one of those films that you just sit back and you say, that's life. Um, Sometimes it sucks, but sometimes you're getting older. Um, but you're becoming who you are and you're slowly finding yourself out. But you got to do that yourself. Um, and I think that's awesome. It's a cool message. So check this out on Netflix, and that was While We're Young. So, peace.